Hi U9s, this is Mrs. Williams here. I'm preparing this short video to talk about your introduction for your text response essay on Animal Farm. And there is a really simple formula that you can follow to do perfect introductions for all your text response essays. There's a 1, 2, 3 step process, 3 things that need to go into your introduction. The first thing is an opening sentence. The opening sentence needs to have a general statement about the text, okay? So some sort of statement about Animal Farm written by George Orwell in 1945. That's kind of the information about the text you need to put in. And then it's really good practice to have a link or connection to at least one part of your essay topic or your question. So I like to call this, you touch the topic. You don't give your full answer. You know how when you go on a train and you use your Myki cards, you like touch on, you're like just gently touching. You're not like fully placing it inside like a coin into a machine. You're just kind of touching it gently. That's what we try and do with our opening sentence. We bring up one kind of similar idea to the topic. And here in this one, and if you were in class with me this week, you will actually notice that I've changed this introduction to have it more fit the formula as discussed here. So the opening sentence here in this sample introduction goes like this. The novella Animal Farm is an allegory written by George Orwell in 1945, which explores the story of a group of animals who rise up against corrupt human owners and take control of their farm. It's kind of a one sentence with the plot of Animal Farm, but what's important is the topic, or the part of the topic that I'm touching on or trying to touch on, is that of animals. Okay, so this part, the novella Animal Farm is an allegory written by George Orwell in 1945, is the general statement about the text, and I've continued it by adding some more information, and the point of it is animals. Okay, that's because I'm going to now discuss the fact that the essay question, that it appears to be about animals, but it's about more than that. And I do that in the next sentence too. So on the surface, the story may appear to be about animals, but when readers look more deeply, it is clear that Orwell intends to use the narration, plot, and characters as a warning to society. This is kind of my contention statement, but I'm going to restate that at the end. That is how you finish your body paragraph. The second thing that we should always do. Okay, number 2, what we should always do is you should put your 3 main points. Remember, we came up with 1 main contention and 3 main points. We should put those 3 main points into your introduction. So here we have point 1. The plot of Animal Farm is intended to reflect the events of the Russian Revolution, and the characters represent real people from history. So when I'm reading this as a marker, when I read your introduction, I should know exactly what you're going to write in each of your body paragraphs. I should be able to predict. So if I read this in the introduction, I would expect that the first body paragraph will explain how the connections between the characters and the plot of Animal Farm and the events of the Russian Revolution. Okay? So you will be talking about the characters and which real people they represent. Okay, that would be what I would expect in body paragraph 1 if this was the introduction that I was reading. And then we have a linking word. It's always good to note those linking words. However, and also, that's telling the reader. I'm moving on to my second main idea. Okay, Animal Farm can also be seen in more general terms. Readers may also consider that Orwell is attempting to warn the readers about the dangers of a totalitarian rule. this is my main point number 2. So I would imagine that this student will be writing first body paragraph about how the animal farm connects to the Russian Revolution. But the second one, more general, the second body paragraph, I'm imagining that this student's going to write about that it also shows the dangers of any totalitarian rule. So not just Russian Revolution, but maybe show connections to any like power-hungry ruler. And the dangers might show, well, the negative impact of what happens if a ruler has total control. So that's what I'm expecting in body paragraph 2. And here, this student has been so clear, they've signposted that their third main idea is coming because they've actually written another main idea that Orwell, can you see that here? Another main idea that Orwell is trying to reveal is how citizens should not blindly accept what they are told by authorities, but they should be responsible and question the truth. So this is the third body paragraph. And as I read this, I can see really clearly that they're going to link to the fact that Orwell isn't just writing about animals, but he's using the animals to show these important ideas, how citizens should question the truth. They should not blindly accept. And I'm imagining they're going to talk about the characters of Boxer and the sheep. And, you know, I'm predicting already as a reader and a marker what's going to happen. And then after we've done our 3 body paragraphs in step 2, we move to step 3, and that is you finish with your contention. And I've read a couple of your drafts, and this third step, many of you seem to be missing. So you have to end your introduction with your conclusion restated. Your contention restated. And this has nice linking word here, in this way. Some people like hence, therefore, ultimately, although they tend to be, ultimately tends to be a word that you use in your conclusion, but you know, something like that, a linking phrase. And Orwell's story is not about animals, but is indeed intended as a caution for society. So a general caution, that would be this student's main idea. So that's basically what you do. Step 1, opening sentence with a general introduction to the text and a link to the essay topic, one idea from that essay topic. Step 2, you put main point 1, main point 2, main point 3, and put them in order that they appear in your essay. It's just really nice for the marker and the reader when we do that. And step 3 is you write your contention and make it clear. And if you do that, you will have a formula for a perfect introduction every time. Thanks guys for listening. I hope this helps. Any questions, let me know in class tomorrow, or if you're watching online from somewhere else, then pop them below and I'll see if I can get to them. All right, thanks guys.